Go on, Ebraima, you do it. It's your podcast. You make the announcement and do it.
Fraud.
No bottle.
Right. So welcome to Switch to Play for all your latest up-to-date football news, transfer discussions, and all-round shithousery.
That was nice. That was really nice. Are you going to
We've got-
introduce me and Tom, or are we just going to sit here in silence?
Well, I was just about to, but you can introduce yourselves if you would like.
No, it's all right. You're doing a great job. I'll leave you to it.
Right, so we got Tom Melillo, resident Arsenal fan and right-wing racist.
Oh, yeah.
Straight to it.
And then we also have Matt Wilson, the Man United fan and left-wing commie.
Yeah, that's me. That's about right.
Brilliant.
Yep. And
Lovely
I'm
stuff.
Ebraima Jeng, the centrist with liberal tendencies and the token black guy. Also a Chelsea fan. So, couple of big games last night.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had the 6 o'clock game. Burnley,
Yep.
Watford, Southampton, Arsenal.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Did any of you watch Burnley, Watford?
No, not at all.
No, I did
No.
not.
No. No one
Um,
cares.
I only
How
watched
did it-
Arsenal.
How did it affect the table? It didn't.
No, nothing really happened.
It just
It's
didn't.
probably the same with Arsenal-Brighton, really, if we're honest. No, Southampton. Sorry, I'm a few days behind.
I mean, it does put Watford in a sticky situation. I'm looking at the table and relegation. Serious battle.
Yeah, that's a worry.
Three teams on 27 points. Watford are on 28. I mean, Norwich are relegated. Let's be honest, 21 points.
Yeah, they're just down. And I think the same probably can be said for Villa.
I don't know who are Villa's next games, because I feel like Villa could pull it out of the bag.
Villa's going down. How much is Grealish going for?
I don't know, but I'd take him in a heartbeat. Incredible player, and Buendia. He has got to move somewhere because he's a class talent.
Because wasn't he valued at something like 60 mil?
Both of them will go for more than that.
Yeah, they've got
Really?
Because Grealish is Villa captain as well, so it's not just his valuation; it's his importance to the club and everything else.
Yeah,
I think the only reason
they have got to sign a replacement.
Yeah, the only way that you'll get him cheaper than probably like 80, 90 is if Aston Villa get relegated.
Yeah, I think it's looking likely that they will at the minute. As much as I like them, and I like Norwich as well, the football that they play is good. I mean, well, some of it's good. It's just the rest of it and the goal scoring and defending. So, apart from scoring and defending, they're all right. But
Villa especially, like, their defending is atrocious.
it's shocking.
Norwich play too expensive, but they have.
They do.
Yeah. I'm looking at
Yeah.
Villa's remaining games.
Yeah.
They're going down 100%. It's actually
dear.
quite sad for them. They've got Wolves tomorrow, Liverpool Sunday,
Yep.
United Thursday. Then they've got Palace at home, so that will be a close game. Then they've got Everton away. Then they've got Arsenal at home, and then West Ham away for their final game. And that West Ham game won't even matter because they'll be down already by then.
Well, they'll take points off Arsenal because everybody does.
Yeah, we're terrible.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that now.
That's
Southampton. How can you get dominated by Southampton?
Yeah, and had they not had a man sent off, it probably would have been a Southampton win.
Because we had no creativity. Just a boring game.
Yeah, it was boring.
No, do you know what? I didn't turn it on till like halfway through the second half, and Southampton were playing good football. Like, they were getting into your box, they were getting shots off. Martinez made a couple of good saves.
Yep.
And then I looked at the goals and I was just like, sack your keeper. Like, get him out of the club.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the keeper, Southampton could have got something from that game. without
literally
question.
passed it to Nketiah.
Yeah,
Just passed it to him,
poor
and
error,
then
but
and then straight Karius fumble for the second goal just allowed
yeah.
Willock to tap it in.
Yeah, from a goalkeeping perspective, if you're going to make a parry, you have to get it away from where the danger is, not just push it into the
But
danger
he's not
zone.
tried to parry it. That's the thing. He's tried to catch it and he's
Yeah.
just flopped.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's an argument that could say that the defense should have helped him out, but I think as a goalkeeper, your responsibility falls on you. If you're going to try and make a save or a catch or whatever, you've got to try and do a bit more than
Yeah,
what he did, really.
100%.
What about Chelsea?
I was ecstatic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I bet you were winning the league for Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like I was stressing going into this game because if it was definitely our most important game for the rest of the games left. Like we're now looking strong to probably take third off Leicester, giving ourselves enough breathing space with United.
Yep.
And then we can now say that Lampard has done more for Liverpool's Premier League hopes than Steven Gerrard ever has.
Yeah, nice. That's very, very true. I have to admit, as much as I am, annoyed that Liverpool won this league, the performance from City just showed that that they didn't deserve it again. They were poor defensively, and every time Chelsea got the ball in the counter attack, they looked like scoring.
Like Chelsea had 36% of the ball, and yet had more shots, and and most of their shots were in the penalty area, whereas City had, I think, one less shot, but the majority of them were outside the box.
Yeah. I think Guardiola has to take a lot of responsibility for that. I mean, as everyone says, Lampard and Chelsea have won Liverpool the league, but I think City have kind of handed it to them. They've played a back four with Fernandinho at centre back and Mendy at left back. Played without a striker.
Mendy was awful.
Mendy had an appalling game.
He was so even I was reading some stuff from players doing player ratings from. They all agreed that he was bad, but they were saying early on he was looking dangerous and stuff. He got the ball down the left and put in shocking crosses apart from one.
Yeah.
I saw one. He had about 10 yards of space, loads of time to pick out a cross, puts it behind our goal.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough.
I've got a lot of question marks about Mendy because all that comes from him is praise. But I've never seen anything apart from maybe 2 or 3 games at the start of his City career where he looked actually dangerous.
Do you know? It's because he was actually good at Monaco, but it's a different ball game when you sign for Manchester City, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. And when you've got a £50 million price tag on your head.
Yep, he's just not lived up to it.
No, he hasn't. Especially compared to somebody like Kyle Walker, who came at the same time and had the same price tag. And he's just flourished at City.
He had a good game yesterday.
He did.
I think he was one of City's better players.
He moved. I think Pep moved him into centre back when Fernandinho got sent off, and he just looked at home.
We already know he can do it. He's put in man of the match performances earlier in the season. He's done it in the back three for England.
Yeah. He does have pedigree at centre back, definitely.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping when Company left and they signed Cancelo that he would fill that space that Company had, and he could be a good centre back partner for Laporte. But
I don't think he has the experience.
Cancelo's right back.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, Cancelo right back and Walker at centre back alongside Laporte. I think
Has Cancelo even played?
I don't know. I think it's such a ridiculous deal. They paid, I think it was £50 million again, and he just sits on the bench. I'd be livid if I was Cancelo.
I feel sorry for Laporte because when he's made this move, he's probably think he's made one of the best moves of his life. He's a quality centre back, very composed, and this how City have defended the season has just taken him for a mug.
It is, and I feel like a lot of that is going to be put onto him by a lot of people reflecting on the season. But he hasn't played a lot.
And you saw how they struggled when he got injured as well.
Oh, definitely, big time. But every time I've seen him play, this season and last season, he is, he's looked like the quality centre back that he is. I've been singing his praises for years. I really have, and I think he's a similar player in the way I talk about him, in the way I talk about Romagnoli, who is another exceptional centre back who just hasn't got the recognition he deserves. But Laporte is a brilliant centre back at a brilliant football club, but he's got nobody to play with him, and it's left on his shoulders, and you can't do that on your own.
Especially in defence,
Yeah,
it's so much of a unit. In terms, you can have a front three that don't really play together, but if their individual quality is so good, they'll still get you goals and everything. But at the back, one weak link and it all falls apart. And you saw it with Mendy yesterday. Gundogan telling him to back off so that he can play a pass. Fumbles it, taps the ball, dives in. It's a goal.
Yeah. And when you have games like that, and you start looking at other teams who have better left backs, well, not necessarily better left backs, but players playing at left back who had better games. Like Saka played for Arsenal at left wing back. I mean, I think he had a pretty good game, and I think I'd say that game against Southampton was better than Mendy's performance against Chelsea.
Yeah, probably.
So question marks start coming into this of a £50 million left back who isn't performing, is always injured, and then you've got Saka playing in at Arsenal,
playing out of position
and doing really well, and whose contract is up at the end of the season.
Apparently, they've managed to sort out an extension with him. So,
okay.
Yeah, they're going to be able to keep him.
That's good. That's good from Arsenal's perspective. But
yeah, it's only good for us. We stop using him as a left back. He needs to actually be played as a winger, like he truly is.
Yeah, he does.
Because every time he's played as left back, his actual qualities are showing. He's putting it in and attacking play. Defensively, he's like Trent.
No, that's very true. Yeah, but he could become a player like Trent for Arsenal. He could become, that playmaker.
He could
just contributing a lot of goals from a deep position.
But I think we just need to. It's just going to be an excuse for the board not to splash cash in the defensive area if that does happen, and that's been happening for too long.
If he does become that sort of player on the left, become a playmaker, you need to sign a centre back.
Oh yeah, do
because, and that's been the case for the past probably 4 or 5 years. It feels like I'm a broken record saying this, but Arsenal need defensive recruitment.
Yeah, they're actually good stopgaps like David Luiz and Pablo Mari.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to go out and got Saliba coming in. Upamecano would be a perfect.
I've heard Chelsea are in for Upamecano now as well.
Everyone.
I think most clubs are promising centre back like that.
But we'd benefit especially well because we already have Saliba, who's another top French prospect. Work off them. Could potentially have France's number one, number two centre backs.
And
then
quite possibly.
And in the future, that could be a proper defence.
Yeah.
Knowing Arsenal,
and it would be interesting. It's just if you've got if the budget is going to let them do it.
Yeah. No.
Exactly. Which is a shame. I think we kind of have to move on to the next inevitable step now.
30
We've been
years.
putting it off long
Oh,
enough.
Liverpool.
Yep,
It
I think so.
just is what it is.
I mean, I know everyone wants to discredit like their title as much as they can, like, but you do have to appreciate like their record. One
Oh,
draw and a
absolutely.
loss.
Yeah.
7 games remaining.
Yeah.
It
I
is
know. I think it
something
might be
else.
two draws and a loss. Because of Everton
Oh
as well.
yeah,
Isn't it?
Everton, yeah.
Yeah. They have been exceptional. A lot of times the football hasn't been great, but if you can win without playing good football, it's a sign
But
of a
I think
winning team.
that shows
But
that
then
they're not going gung ho every match. They're showing brilliant game man. Know
No, that's true.
when to take the foot off the gas.
They do. That's true, and they have a solid defensive unit and a tactic that works for them, don't they?
yeah, I mean, you do, even though you can say they haven't played great football at times, they've also played amazing at times. Like is like some of the football that they've played is like I'll look at the Palace game. You see, when I was saying from the 5th minute, I knew that was going to be 3-4 goals. They were
Yeah.
moving the ball so quickly, and it wasn't like they were moving the ball quickly side to side. Like you could see them inching further and further into Palace's
Yeah.
half, drawing
Yeah.
players out.
Mm.
They looked like they were going to score every time they move forward with it.
Yeah,
Like
and to have that as a go on.
the only other team that I see do that is City.
Yeah. But the difference between Liverpool and City this season, and it's shown, is defence. Because Liverpool are very well organised defensively.
Mm-hmm.
City
And
basically playing one centre back because the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Pep's trying to do what he did at Barcelona, and instead of signing a centre back, he's trying to turn Fernandinho, who is at the age of 34, 35, a world class holding midfielder, and Rodri, who's a very promising and could potentially be a very world class holding midfielder, into centre backs.
Yeah, that's annoying to see.
It
He
is.
should really just buy a centre back.
Yeah, he should.
Signing however many backs he has.
Mm. Yeah, that's very true. He spent something like £200 million
Backs.
On fullbacks.
on fullbacks and a goalkeeper.
Well, now he's got.
And the annoying thing is he doesn't use them.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's got 2 first-team players in both in the right back.
Yeah, Zinchenko's probably close as well, so you've probably got that on left back
Yeah.
as well. And then defence is just, almost Arsenal level disaster.
Yeah.
When does the transfer window officially open?
I'm not sure. I think it's still July like normal.
Okay. Because I would like to see how incoming transfers affect team in the remaining games of the season.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't think
think
that would be fair though. I think you can hold off getting Werner and Ziyech so we can take your Champions League space.
Don't worry, Leicester will crumble anyway.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
They haven't been. I don't think they've been playing good enough.
No, definitely not. It's another case. They're similar the way I see them to Manchester City, but instead of having a weak defence like City do, Leicester have a very strong defence and quite a weak attack.
Their attack is, yeah.
Their attack does always, it seems, rely on Jamie Vardy, who is an astonishing player, and he's done very well to last this long, and his rise is amazing. But I don't think he fits the style that Rodgers is trying to put in there.
They need replenishment. They've already. I always see Perez as a good signing.
Mm.
They just need that left wing.
The thing is, it's like you because they won the title in 2015-16, they're in this sort of position where they're trying to transition from a fairly somewhat small club to a top Premier League team, and you can't play how they used to play and be a top Premier League team because teams are going to start sitting against them,
Yeah,
and then people like Jamie Vardy are going to struggle.
yeah, and he'll become ineffective. He does still have that ability to finish, incredible chances, but
Oh yeah, of course.
he does thrive on that running behind.
Yeah. It would be silly to have someone with as much pace as he does and not try and play in behind. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
there's a goal where like they literally just ping the ball over the top, and he chips the keeper on the volley first time, breaks away from the defense using his pace, and it's just superb.
Yeah, he does have that ability, but I do still feel he is wasted at Leicester.
Yeah, I do think that he suits a Europa League team. That's what I think he suits.
Yeah, he does definitely. Can we talk about Man United now?
Oh, you won it all! First hat-trick in 7 years. Ooh.
Yeah. Did you watch the game?
Yes, I did.
Did you, Tom? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. Sorry. No.
No. That's fair enough. Well, I have to admit, from a United fan perspective, what I saw was probably some of the best football we've played post Sir Alex Ferguson.
Ha. Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, Pogba and Bruno Fernandes is quite from a United perspective, quite an exciting duo to have a bit of faith in, to look forward to.
Is Pogba staying? No.
He seems to be. He seems quite happy. He seems. I think I was saying this the other day. I think he is quite. He's now quite content with the fact that he's not the best player on the pitch, whereas he used to constantly. I don't know. You just had this sense of him that he felt like he was the best player on the pitch, and that he had this right to play for Manchester United, which no one has. No one in that current team, has a given right to play for Manchester United. You have to earn that right. But now he isn't the very best player. Now he's got someone alongside him who is of a similar, I don't know, similar level maybe. It's like a different story. It's like a different person.
I think it's a lack of pressure. I don't think he has as much pressure to perform.
Yeah.
How he was expected.
I'd agree with that.
That's what I think.
I'd agree with that completely. And I think that can probably do him the world of good to not be pressurized every game, that he must have an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
Should you be expecting that though with his price tag? I think you should.
I mean, what you pay for, well, what we paid for when we signed him was the fact of how good he is. He is a quality midfielder. There's no one's denying that. The fact that he played for us for a youth team. The fact that the season before he'd just reached the Champions League final, I think, and he played very well in that Champions League final. And the fact that he knows that club through and through. He was raised at that club, and only went because of his agent, who unfortunately is still with him. So I think that kind of, you don't just pay 90 million for a player. I think you pay 90 million for everything around him and everything that he means and he signifies. The same with Harry Maguire, who had a stunning World Cup performance, and is probably England's, or at the time, probably was England's best centre back.
I do think people very much get caught up with how someone performs for a particular season, because it's very similar with Trippier.
No, I agree.
If you actually review all of Trippier's performances over the season, he was not that good. But that World Cup, people were talking about him like he was a world-class right back.
And that World Cup, he probably was. That moment in time, he was probably the best right back England's ever seen. Because he was on fire. And the same with Ashley Young. We forget about the fact that the wing backs at England's at the World Cup were Kieran Trippier and Ashley Young, who both played very well.
Sometimes you do just play out of your skin. Like it does just happen.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, even Jesse Lingard had a decent World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah, he scored that banger against Panama.
Yeah, he
did. A lot of the England players played well, but the quality of opposition was pretty bad.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I didn't think it was always that bad. Like, Colombia is not a bad international team.
No, and I thought we were out against Colombia. I thought that was it, because it was a similar sort of team to the teams that we always used to go out to. The Argentinas, the Germanys, the teams that are trying to get you kicked out and that are trying to wind you up. But to have the resilience that we had to stay in that game as long as we did, and to win a penalty shootout as well is phenomenal from an England perspective.
And that we also forget, going into that World Cup, the teams that England team were coming up against and that we actually beat were good teams. Like, we beat the likes of Germany.
Yeah.
I think we drew to France. We beat Brazil.
Yeah. We did look good going into that World Cup, and we were unlucky not to go further. But I will never forgive Croatia for beating us.
I will never forgive Harry Kane.
No, for not squaring to Raheem Sterling.
I think England needs a new manager. He's just not good enough.
I don't know though. I think he still needs time to prove himself.
I just think it would be so harsh to make him leave when he hasn't done anything wrong.
No, not at all.
I think he has. Well, he couldn't beat Croatia.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault that we didn't.
That wasn't exactly an average Croatia team, was it?
And Croatia are not bad. Like, Perisic is arguably a world-class winger.
Yep.
Rakitic and Modric are world-class centre midfielders.
Yep.
Brozovic was playing superbly and is also a very good centre mid.
Yep.
Mandzukic used to be a world-class striker and is still a very good one and scored a great goal.
Yeah, he's always been up there, hasn't he? Mandzukic is one of the best around.
He's won champion. Wait, has he won a Champions League, or has he just got very close?
I think
he's got very close to winning Champions League.
No, I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's won one with Bayern Munich, isn't he? Or was that Gomez?
I don't think he has.
Oh, Well, that's
I
interesting.
think he's literally just been
He's
very
got
close.
very close to winning a Champions League. Yeah, he is a class centre forward, and that defence for Croatia were playing magnificently, really.
I mean, Lovren will never play that well again.
Lovren will never play that well again. His centre back partner, was it Vida or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Plays for Besiktas. I don't think I've seen a Croatian centre back play that well. The right back, whose name I can't say, from Atletico Madrid.
Oh, Vršalka.
That's it. Yep, him. He played
Yeah,
well.
he had very good.
And the goalkeeper, you have to admit, was quality that game. I do think we'd have given France a bit more of a fight if we'd managed to beat Croatia than Croatia did. They just sort of got to the final and
Rolled
killed
over.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you think we would have done in the Euros if they were still on?
Honestly, I'm quite glad they were cancelled and postponed because we had a lot of players out injured.
But Rashford would have been back for the start. Kane would have also been back for the start.
But they wouldn't have played, and they would have just got back to football for the Euros. I think honestly, it probably is a good thing, and hopefully we'll be able to be in a better position, because the football that has been played leading up to in the international breaks this season hasn't been amazing. It's not blown me away.
Not at all.
But I think hopefully that can change, and I hope he starts picking Maddison and Grealish because they're world class midfielders.
I always wondered how do you get both of them in the team? Because I don't think you play both of them.
I think you could play both of them. I think if you took a similar approach to how Pep has done at Man City and play somebody like probably Jordan Henderson.
It would have to be Henderson.
If you play Henderson or Rice, who's been playing well recently, you have Henderson or Rice at the base of midfield, and then have Maddison and Grealish further up have the ability to roam, because Southgate does like playing 4-3-3, and he does like that style.
Personally, I think once Loftus-Cheek gets fully fit, he will push one of those two out.
I'm not sure if he'll push one of them out.
Well, how old is Loftus-Cheek? He's 24, isn't he?
24?
He's about 37.
Yeah, 24.
24, and he's played about 4 games.
He's
What?
Loftus-Cheek is just when he plays and when he's on form, he is incredible to watch. His play style reminds me kind of Kaka.
Oh God.
He is incredible to watch. I'm not comparing him. He's not at that level. Of course he's not. But he does have a similar play style. He does glide on the ball.
You do have to think there is a reason that he was before he got injured, he was becoming a regular in the Chelsea team, and he also started our first game of the restart.
Yeah, I mean, even at the World Cup in 2018, he was coming on and changing games.
Yeah, it has taken him longer.
Yeah, because of injuries
than expected. Yeah,
and
but not just injuries. I don't think Chelsea particularly managed him very well. I think he should have been with the squad earlier and started being bled into the team earlier than we did.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Sarri helped him at all. The system that he played.
I don't think Sarri helped anyone.
No.
I think he's one of the few players that will come out of Sarri that has come out of Sarri well. Like,
do you think?
Simply because that's where he got his most game time, and I think he scored a hat trick as well
Yeah,
in the Europa League under Sarri. Like, that's where he got his Chelsea minutes.
yeah, that's very true. I don't know. I just worry with the amount of injuries that he's had. I worry that he is becoming another Jack Wilshere. You know, this incredibly gifted player who everyone has got such high hopes for.
Just getting consumed by injuries and held back.
Exactly. Yeah.
So this has been the Switch to Play podcast. We'll be back to you with another video soon. Hope you enjoyed.
We might not be. We might get bored.
It's very likely we'll get bored.
It depends how committed we decide to be.
Yeah, it's yeah.